Small talk is those kind of, in themselves, unimportant topics. If you ask people what's the purpose of talking, then many Swedes will say, oh, to give information, but that's really not what small talk is about.
Nu är ingen i trappuppgången. Om jag skyndar mig nu så slipper jag träffa grannen.
Hej!
Åh nej, nu småpratar den här också. Hej!
Nu måste jag säga någonting innan hon tycker jag är skum. Vädret? Jag vet inte hur vädret är idag. Fint väder.
Vädret? Jag vet inte hur vädret är idag.
Ja, jättefint.
Nu måste jag säga någonting innan han tycker att jag är helt självupptagen. Och se den här hissen här. Kom igen, kom igen, kom igen, kom igen.
Nu har jag inlett konversationen. Jättestelt. Ska jag säga något mer innan hon tycker jag är den skumma väderkillen?
Hejdå.
If there's one message, it would be that small talk is really big. It's just the topics that are small. The biggest problem for Swedes to understand is that it has a meaning even if you're talking about the weather. But the meaning is not the weather. If you want to know about the weather, you ask a meteorologist. The meaning is, let's have a little connection.
Basically, Swedish people want to avoid small talk situations, and in order to do that, they avoid eye contact. And Swedes have developed different strategies to do that. For example, when they see you coming towards you in your direction on the streets, they just stare somewhere else, for example in a shopping window, or they just take out their phones and stare at that. And while they do that, they have actually mastered the competence, the skill of navigating through crowded places just by staring there and using their peripheral vision.
Är inte det Jonas från högstadiet? Kolla bort så kanske han inte ser mig.
Wow, Klara. Har inte sett henne sedan 9:an.
Hej, hur är läget? Det var länge sedan sist.
Hej.
Hur är läget?
Det är bra. Ska du också ta bussen?
Nej, jag tänkte bara gå förbi.
Hoppas bussen kommer nu så jag slipper snacka med honom.
Hur är du själv?
Jag säger att jag är på väg till psykologen och inte jobbat på 2 år.
Jo, det är bra.
Äntligen kommer bussen, nu slipper jag honom.
Nu kommer bussen, men vi ses.
Ja, det var kul att snacka. Vi kanske kan ses någon dag.
Vad creepy. Träffas. Ni har inte snackat sedan 9:an. Nu kommer hon tycka att du är jätteskum.
Swedish people like to mind their own business. They don't go down the street and talk to everyone. They just want to go out and go to the place where they want to go without any distraction, ideally. Sweden is a vast country. People have been living more spread out, and they're used to being alone, being like just within their small group, and maybe not having so much contact to other people who are living in other villages, etc. And this kind of culture that's from like many hundred years from before, it still exists a little bit more and more present, even within among those Swedish people living in cities, for example. Swedish people might get a bit confused first when they go to another country, and then people are very chatty. I think it takes a few days when they're abroad, when they're on their vacations, to open up a little bit more. But also, when a Swede comes back to Sweden, they have to readjust to their own small talk culture again.
So there are two kinds of cultures. One, there's the peach culture and the coconut culture. And America and many other cultures, they're more the peach, that you very quickly get down to a certain level of trust. And that's why you can meet people and sort of go out to a meal and feel like you know them very quickly. But then there's that kind of center of the peach. That's hard. Whereas Sweden is more a coconut culture. It's very hard to get in. And some people joke like, oh, it takes 10 years. And then you get to the heart of the coconut. But it's like, 10 years, you know.